Hello, good morning students. Today we will discuss about the double decomposition reaction. Double decomposition reaction. As its name suggests that decomposition means breaking. Double decomposition in our both reaction means the reactants. There are two reactants. Number of reactants must be 2. It is essential for the double decomposition reaction that reactants must be 2. Number of reactants must be 2. And both reactants are decomposed. Both reactants are decomposed and they form 2 new compounds by exchanging their radical or ion, you can say. Examples, you can say that it is imaginary reaction AB is a compound and XY is another compound. This is first compound, this is second compound. AB consists of A and B and XY consists of X and Y. What will happen? Both are decomposed. A split into A and B, XY split into X and Y. Now these are position as in AX plus BY. These are 2 new compounds. These are 2 new compounds. These are the reactants. There are 2 reactants. And number of product also 2. And the reaction takes place when you can say one of the reactant must be in the solution state and one of the compound formed during the chemical reaction. There are 2 compounds AX and BY. One will be insoluble to form the precipitate. One product must be insoluble. Understood? There are 2 reactants, AB and XY. Both are decomposed. It splits into A and B. It splits into X and Y. It may be plus minus. And positive negative charge attract each other. AX and DY are the new products, and one of the product will be in the insoluble state to form the precipitate. Example of double decomposition reaction: there is a calcium chloride. It is a soluble salt solution. Soluble salt solution. It is also soluble salt solution. Double decomposition takes place in this way. Now it will split into calcium ion and chloride ion. It will split into sodium ion and carbonate ion. It will split into calcium ion and chloride ion. There are 2 chloride ions, and it splits into sodium ion and carbonate ion. Positive will react with the negative. Negative will react with the positive. That is why you will get sodium chloride. This one, sodium chloride and calcium carbonate. Sodium chloride is a soluble salt. It is a soluble salt. And calcium carbonate, we get precipitate of calcium carbonate, it is insoluble. We get the precipitate of calcium carbonate. That is why calcium carbonate is insoluble. Double decomposition. both reactants are been splitting here to form the two new compounds. One is soluble and other is insoluble. This is first example. Now next example is this one is zinc nitrate reacts with the sodium carbonate. Zinc nitrate reacts with the sodium carbonate. Zinc nitrate reacts with the sodium carbonate. It is water soluble, it is in the solution state. Both reactants are in the solution state. What will happen? It will be divided, it will be ionized. It gives zinc ion and nitrate ion. And it gives sodium ion and carbonate ion. Both are decomposed. Both reactants are decomposed. Now they form two new compounds, zinc carbonate and sodium nitrate. You get sodium nitrate and zinc carbonate. This one Na2, 2Na, NO3. Sodium nitrate and zinc carbonate. Zinc carbonate is insoluble. It gives a precipitate. Zinc nitrate is insoluble. It gives precipitate. This is sodium nitrate. Sodium nitrate is soluble in water. Sodium nitrate is soluble in water and it is insoluble, that's why it is the precipitate of zinc carbonate. And it is of the white color. The precipitation reactions are used in the analytical chemistry for identifying the basic radical, and precipitation reaction that is very useful in identifying the basic radical. It are used in analytical chemistry, which is a very important branch of chemistry. Suppose it is a ferrous sulfate. You get the solution of ferrous sulfate. This is a solution of ferrous sulfate and it is ferric chloride. When ferrous sulfate reacts with sodium hydroxide, it gives sodium sulfate and ferrous hydroxide. It gives ferrous hydroxide, and this gives sodium chloride plus ferric hydroxide. This is ferric hydroxide. This is ferrous hydroxide. We get precipitate of ferrous hydroxide and this is the ferric hydroxide. Color of the ferrous and ferric is different. It is ferrous hydroxide, color is dirty green precipitate, and it is reddish brown precipitate. It is the reddish brown precipitate. Ferrous sulfate, in the case of ferrous ion, I mean to say ferrous ion gives the ferrous hydroxide, which is the dirty green precipitate, while the ferric ion gives the reddish brown precipitate, that is the ferric hydroxide. Color of the ferrous hydroxide and ferric hydroxide is entirely different. That is why we can identify the presence of ferrous or ferric in the compound. You can use another ferrous. You can use in place of ferrous sulfate, ferrous chloride, then color will be dirty green. Ferrous ion gives the dirty green precipitate, while the ferric ion gives the reddish brown precipitate. I will show you this in an experiment next day.